From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Rescue crews continued searching along the swollen Guadalupe River in central Texas after catastrophic flooding left at least 80 people dead there. The toll includes at least 28 children in Kerr County, where 10 girls and 1 counselor are still missing from Camp Mystic. Governor Greg Abbott said Sunday that some 41 people were missing from the flooding in Texas, adding that search and rescue efforts were still underway. There were flash flood warnings issued in central Texas hours in advance of the deadly flooding early Friday morning. AccuWeather Chief Meteorologist Jonathan Porter said Sunday that AccuWeather issued the first flash flood warnings in that area around 12:44 a.m. Central Time. The National Weather Service then issued a flash flood warning in that area at 1:14 a.m. The Friday warnings said up to 7 inches of rain could fall across south-central Texas, including Kerr County. Bob Fogarty, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service office in Austin and San Antonio, told the Texas Tribune that with officials reporting a month's worth of rain falling in less than 2 hours, the Guadalupe River rose an astonishing 22 feet in just 2 hours at a gauge near Hunt, where the river forks. The river reached 29.5 feet before the gauge was overtaken by floodwaters and stopped transmitting. Porter said, "This is perhaps the most flash flood vulnerable part of the country because of the fact that you have complex terrain, lots of hills and valleys that water can pour into, and oftentimes access to Gulf moisture and moisture from the eastern Pacific. And the Guadalupe River went from probably just a typical lazy river to a wall of water with height rises of 30 feet of fast-moving water in less than an hour, and there's nothing worse than fast-moving water. It will destroy everything in its path." Before the sun rose on Friday, floodwaters sent that deadly wave of water down the river, overwhelming homes, camps, and roads across Kerr County. Abbott said rescuers are using drones and helicopters to scour flooded riverbanks littered with huge piles of debris. The governor issued a disaster declaration for 15 counties and said operations would continue around the clock. Among the missing are 10 girls and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic, a summer camp near the river. The campers were staying in low-lying areas when the flooding hit. Officials said children at other area summer camps were accounted for. The families of at least 4 young campers have confirmed their daughters have died in the catastrophic flooding. Other families are still awaiting answers. The flooding peaked Friday morning when the Guadalupe River reached 29 feet in western Kerr County, the second highest level on record. The National Weather Service classified the event as life-threatening and urged people to stay away from flood-prone areas. Mandatory evacuations were issued Friday for riverside areas in Kerrville and Comfort, where first responders used boats and helicopters to reach trapped residents. The flooding surpassed levels seen during a deadly 1987 event that killed 10 teenagers near Comfort. As rescue crews searched for the missing Friday night, many officials and residents were reminded of the region's long history of flash flood tragedies. The weather also turned deadly in New Jersey last week, with a powerful line of thunderstorms sweeping through central New Jersey on Wednesday, leaving a trail of damage, widespread power outages, and at least 3 fatalities. One woman was killed in North Plainfield when a tree and some power lines fell onto her car as she sat pulled over along Greenbrook Road. 2 additional deaths occurred in nearby Plainfield, where Mayor Adrian Mapp declared a state of emergency after large trees and electrical lines came crashing down across roads, homes, and vehicles. In one dramatic moment, a car was reportedly tossed into the air. Resident Donna Lynn returned home to find a tree had crashed through her roof into the room where she normally works. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy urged residents to avoid downed wires and debris, noting that multiple towns sustained serious damage. Nearly 32,000 customers in New Jersey lost power, along with 37,000 in New York City and 50,000 in Rhode Island. As of Monday morning, power has been restored to most of those areas. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.